hammer struck my shoulder, and the iron split with sound. Every blade I called protection, scattered broken on the ground. I had trusted in the armor, in the strength my hands could raise, till the promise stood around me when the steel began to break. I thought the shield had kept me standing, I thought the metal made me strong. Then mercy spoke beneath the breaking. You were mine all along. Armor cracked beneath the promise. Steel surrendered to his word. Grace became my true protection when the voice of heaven stirred. What I wore to hide my weakness could not bear what fear had brought. God remained when iron failed me. Armor cracked beneath the promise. Every fracture showed a memory, every dent revealed a war. Every scar beneath the breastplate named the grief I carried far. I had hidden from the healing, kept my wounds beneath the rust, but the Lord removed my covering so my heart could learn to trust. Not by armor without blemish, not by shields untouched by loss, but by faith in one who carried every wound upon the cross. Armor cracked beneath the promise. Steel surrendered to his word. Grace became my true protection when the voice of heaven stirred. What I wore to hide my weakness could not bear what fear had brought. God remained when iron failed me. Armor cracked beneath the promise. Break the armor of my pride, break the shell around my pain. Let your promise stand unbroken when my defenses fall like rain. If the battlefield exposes every weakness I had locked, I will rest beneath your presence when the armor has been cracked. Armor cracked beneath the promise. Steel surrendered to his word. Grace became my true protection when the voice of heaven stirred. What I wore to hide my weakness could not bear what fear had brought. God remained when iron failed me. Armor cracked beneath the promise. The hammer struck my shoulder, but my soul was never lost. For the promise stood around me when my broken armor dropped. Battlefields, heard the armies say. The night had filled the trenches with the cries of wounded men. Broken swords lay in the grasses, waiting for the war again. Then a voice rose with the sunrise, soft before the drums could call, and the hills received the worship. Battlefields heard the morning song. morning song. Praise rose through the smoke. Grace awakened weary soldiers when their final courage broke. What had echoed once with violence heard a gentler, higher call. God reclaimed the scarred horizon. Battlefields heard the morning song. Some sang low beside the fallen. Some could hardly form the words. Some had lost their faith in triumph. Some had seen too much of swords. Still the melody kept rising past the ruined city wall. Like a river through the ashes, battlefields heard the morning song. Not a hymn denying sorrow, not a song that hid the cost, but a prayer that named the grieving and remembered every lost. Battlefields heard the morning song. Praise rose through the smoke. Grace awakened weary soldiers when their final courage broke. What had echoed once with violence heard a gentler, higher call. God reclaimed the scarred horizon. Battlefields heard the morning song. Sing above the sound of hatred. Sing above the marching feet. Let the places marked by warfare hear the words that carry peace. If my heart becomes a battlefield, if the darkness builds a wall, let your worship rise within me. Let my spirit sing the song. Battlefields heard the morning song. Praise rose through the smoke. Grace awakened weary soldiers when the final courage broke. What had echoed once with violence heard a gentler, higher call. God reclaimed the scarred horizon. Battlefields heard the morning song. The sun climbed through the ashes and the war drums lost their call. For the Lord had planted worship where battlefields heard the song. We heard the horses coming, hooves like thunder through the night. Every rider carried iron, every spear concealed the light. Then a mist rolled through the valley, thick beneath the morning log, and the army disappeared, their cavalry vanished into the fog. I thought the charge would break our formation. I thought their strength would never stop. Then heaven covered all the valley. Cavalry vanished into the fog. Cavalry into the fog. Every soldier held his breathing, every bow remained undrawn. We could hear confused commands where the riders had been strong. I had prayed for walls around us, for a fortress made of rock, but the Lord sent only vapor, and the cavalry was lost. Not every shield is made of iron, not every fortress can be seen. God can hide the small and faithful where the proud have never been. Cavalry vanished into the fog, grace concealed the weak, mercy moved across the lowlands before the frightened hearts could speak. What had thundered toward destruction lost the road that led them on. God became our hidden shelter. Cavalry vanished into the fog. Hide me from the eyes of hatred, blur the path of every snare. Guard the road behind my footsteps, let confusion meet them there. If the enemy comes charging, if the earth shakes like a drum, I will trust the unseen shelter of the kingdom yet to come. Cavalry vanished into the fog, grace concealed the weak, mercy moved across the lowlands before the frightened hearts could speak. What had thundered toward destruction lost the road that led them on. God became our hidden shelter. Cavalry vanished into the fog. We heard the horses coming, but their thunder soon was gone, for the Lord had veiled the valley, and the cavalry moved on. The tribes moved through the valley, with the desert at their feet. Every step disturbed the silence, every road was dry with heat. At the center walked the promise, covered, guarded, heaven sent, and the wilderness awakened. Dust rose around the covenant. I thought the sand would hide the journey, Dust rose around the covenant, grace moved through the land. Mercy led the sons of promise by an unseen faithful hand. What was written by the Father would not fail or be prevented. God walked with the weary nation. Dust rose around the covenant. Some remember chains in Egypt. Some remember graves behind. Some still carry fear like Pharaoh in the corners of their minds. I had doubted in the hunger. I had questioned where we went, but the cloud remained above us, and dust rose around the covenant. Not because the road was easy, not because our hearts were pure, but because the Lord was faithful. His eternal word endured. Dust rose around the covenant, grace moved through the land. Mercy led the sons of promise by an unseen faithful hand. What was written by the Father would not fail or be prevented. God walks with the weary nation. Dust rose around the covenant. Keep your promise at my center. Keep your word before my sight. Lead me through the barren country. Be my shelter through the night. If the journey fills with questions, if my strength is nearly spent, let my footsteps follow heaven. Dust rises round the covenant. Dust rose around the covenant, grace moved through the land. Mercy led the sons of promise by an unseen faithful hand. What was written by the Father would not fail or be prevented. God walked with the weary nation. Dust rose around the covenant. The tribes moved through the valley, but they never walked abandoned. For the Lord remained among them. Dust rose around the covenant. Empty helmets face the dawn, lying like shadows on the plain. Everyone had held a soldier, every scar remembered pain. No more voices filled the armor, no more hands would lift them on. Only sunlight touched the metal, empty helmets faced the dawn. I thought the morning meant our triumphs, I thought the grief would soon be gone. Then Some had cursed the cruel flame. I had cheered when gates were opened, till I saw what victory cost, and the field became a chapel for the living and the lost. Not every wind should sound like thunder, not every crown belongs in song. Sometimes silence tells the story of the ones who carried on. Empty helmets face the dawn. Grace stood with the slain. Mercy held the names of soldiers that the earth could not explain. What the victory songs had hidden, what the banners had withdrawn. God remembered every warrior. Empty helmets face the dawn. Hold the homes that wait in sorrow, hold the children asking why, hold the friends who keep remembering every face beneath the sky. If the world forgets their stories, if the years keep moving on, let your kingdom keep them numbered. Empty helmets face the dawn. Empty helmets face the dawn. Grace stood with the slain. Mercy held the names of soldiers that the earth could not explain. What the victory songs had hidden, what the banners had withdrawn. God remembered every warrior. Empty helmets face the dawn. Empty helmets face the dawn. And the morning carried on, but the Lord received the fallen when their final night was gone. Furnaces glowed behind the wall, where the captives shaped the steel. Every hammer served a kingdom that had taught their wounds to kneel. Through the cracks we saw the fire, heard the overseer's call, and the night burned red with labor. Furnaces glow behind the wall. I thought the city slept in splendor, I thought no cry escaped the hall. Then heaven heard the hidden workers. Furnaces glowed behind the wall. Furnaces glow behind the wall. Grace break the silence of the strong. Let the ones who build our kingdoms finally be heard in song. If my comfort hides injustice, if I never hear their call, open up my eyes to sorrow, furnaces glow behind the wall. Furnaces glow behind the wall. Grace entered through the flame. Mercy found the chained and weary, whom the empire never named. What was forged to feed oppression would not last or conquer all. God remembered every captive. Furnaces glowed behind the wall. The city slept in splendor, but the Lord had witnessed all. Every tear beside the anvils, every furnace behind the wall. The garrisons fill the gateway with their spears against the sky. Every captain mocked the warning, every soldier passed it by. Then the prophet climbed the hillside with no armor, shield, or thread, and the silence struck the army. Garrisons bowed before the prophet. I thought the sword would rule the moment. I thought the proud would show If the powerful surround me, if their threats demand respect, I will trust the God who humbles every garrison. Before the garrisons bowed before the prophet. Grace carried every word. Mercy gave the humble servant power greater than the sword. What had trusted iron legions could not silence or reject the command that came from heaven. Garrisons bow before the prophet. The garrisons fill the gateway, but their power lost its effect. For the Lord had spoken clearly, garrisons bowed before the prophet. Hidden blades fail at midnight. The palace slept in silence while the moon concealed the road. Hidden blades moved through the chambers, carrying their secret load. Every shadow served a traitor, every door disguised the fight. Then the hand of heaven guarded, hidden blades failed at midnight. I thought the dark belonged to murder, I thought no watchman saw their flight. Then mercy stood beside the sleeping, hidden blades failed at midnight. Hidden blades failed at midnight. Grace exposed the snare. Mercy guarded every doorway. When betrayal entered there, what was sharpened in the darkness could not overcome the light. God defended his anointed. Hidden blades failed at midnight. I had feared the threats behind me, feared the names I could not know, feared the smile that hid a weapon, feared the silent waiting blow. But the Lord can see the dagger long before it leaves the night, and no secret hand can prosper when he stands beside the right. Not by knowing every danger, not by seeing every scheme, but by trusting God who watches when the faithful fall asleep. Hidden blades failed at midnight. Grace exposed the snare. Mercy guarded every doorway. When betrayal entered there, what was sharpened in the darkness could But the Lord had seen the fight, and the morning found us living. Hidden blades failed at midnight. Fire burned along the borders, and the desert breathed our names. Every tribe moved through the darkness. Israel marched between the flames. Behind us stood the old oppression. Before us lands we could not claim. Still the pillar went before us, leading onward through the flame. I thought the heat would turn us backward. I thought the path would end in shame. Then mercy walked beside the people. Israel marched between the flames. Israel marched between the flames. Grace became the road. Mercy led the weary nation while they carried every load. What surrounded them with danger could not burn away his name. God remained within the journey. Israel marched between the flames. Some remembered homes in bondage. Some remembered Egypt's grain. Some complained beneath the hunger. Some looked backward through the pain. I had doubted every promise when the wilderness became more than feet and hearts could carry. Still the pillar held its flame. Not because our faith was perfect, not because we never strayed, but because the Lord was faithful. He remained when we were afraid. Israel marched between the flames. Grace became the road. Mercy led the weary nation while they carried every load. What surrounded them with danger could not burn away his name. God remained within the journey. Israel marched between the flames. Lead me through the fire beside me. Lead me through the fire ahead. Keep me from returning backward to the chains from which I fled. If the desert tests my promise, if the night repeats my shame, let your presence be my pathway. I will march between the flames. Israel marched between the flames. Grace became the road. Mercy led the weary nation while they carried every load. What surrounded them with danger could not burn away his name. God remained within the journey. Israel marched between the flames. Fire burned along the borders, but the covenant remained. For the Lord walked with his people. Israel marched between the flames. And the records fill the street. Every throne of human justice lay in pieces at our feet. Still the judges crossed the rubble where the wounded came to plead, trying to remember righteousness when power served its greed. I thought the law had died with kingdoms. I thought the truth had lost its movement. Then mercy called the wise to answer. Judges stood among the ruins. Judges stood among the ruins. Grace weighed every claim. Mercy heard the poor and voiceless, whom the powerful never named. What corruption had distorted, what the proud had turned confusing. God demanded on his judgment. Judges stood among the ruins. Some had taken gifts in secret. Some had feared the ruler's hand. Some had bent the truth for safety. Some had stained the law of land. I had thought the road made righteous, thought the seed removed pollution, till the Lord exposed the motives of the judges in the ruins. Not by titles, not by garments, not by laws the rich are using, but by truth that guards the helpless. Justice rises from the ruins. Judges stood among the ruins. Grace weighed every claim. Mercy heard the poor and voiceless, whom the powerful never named. What corruption had distorted, what the proud had turned confusing. God demanded on his judgment. Judges stood among the ruins. Judge the prejudice within me. Judge the favor I conceal. Teach my heart to hear the lowly. Teach my hands to keep things real. If the courts collapse around us, if the world rewards collusion, let your wisdom stand unshaken. Judges rise among the ruins. Judges stood among the ruins. Grace weighed every claim. Mercy heard the poor and voiceless, whom the powerful never named. What corruption had distorted, what the proud had turned confusing. God demanded on his judgment. Judges stood among the ruins. And the walls had suffered long. Every tower bore the markings of the armies growing strong. Most had fled before the evening. Certain death would seal their fate, but a few remained in silence. Last watchmen guarded the gate. I thought the night would overwhelm them. I thought the courage came too late. Then mercy stood upon the rampart. Last watchmen guarded the gate. Last watchmen guarded the gate. Grace kept every flame. Mercy strengthened tired shoulders, calling on the holy name. What the darkness tried to enter, found the faithful still awake. God remained beside the remnant. Last watchman guarded the gate. One could barely lift his lantern. One had blood beneath his sleeve. One had lost his sons in battle, still refused the wall to leave. I had thought that hope meant numbers, thought the few could never wait. But the Lord can guard a kingdom through one watchman at the gate. Not by never feeling weary, not by strength that cannot break, but by faith that keeps on watching when the sleeping city shakes. Last watchman guarded the gate. Grace kept every flame. Mercy strengthened tired shoulders, calling on the holy name. What the darkness tried to enter, found the faithful still awake. God remained beside the remnant. Last watchman guarded the gate. Keep my lantern through the midnight. Keep my eyes upon the road. Let me warn the ones behind me. Let me share the watcher's load. If the city stops believing, if the hour grows dark and late, let me stand beneath your presence, like the watchman at the gate. Last watchman guarded the gate. Grace kept every flame. Mercy strengthened tired shoulders, calling on the holy name. What the darkness tried to enter, found the faithful still awake. God remained beside the remnant. Last watchman guarded the gate. The city lights were fading, but the dawn would not arrive late. For the Lord stood with the faithful. Last watchman guarded the gate. dying camp, when the final drums were still. Broken wagons lined the roadway, wounded men lay by the hill. Every fire had lost its brightness, every flag was torn and damp, and the night revealed the sorrow moonlight found within the camp. I thought the dark would hide our suffering, I thought no mercy crossed the ramp. Then heaven watched the weak and wounded, moonlight found the dying camp. Moonlight found the dying camp. Grace walked through the cold, mercy knelt beside the soldiers, war had broken, scarred and old. What the daylight called a victory, night exposed beneath its lamp. God remained among the wounded. Moonlight found the dying camp. Some still call for absent brothers. Some held letters stained with the red. Some were praying for the living, some kept watch beside the dead. I had thought a soldier's courage meant no tears beneath the lamp, till I heard the strongest warriors weeping softly through the camp. Not every wound is made by iron, not every scar is marked or seen. Some are carried through the silence, where the battle still has been. Moonlight found the dying camp. Grace walked through the cold, mercy knelt beside the soldiers, war had broken, scarred and old. What the daylight called a victory, night exposed beneath its lamp. God remained among the wounded. Moonlight found the dying camp. Find me when the fight is over. Find me when the shouting ends. Find me when I cannot carry all the graves of fallen friends. If my heart remains in battle, if my soul still hears the step, let your peace descend around me like moonlight on the dying camp. Moonlight found the dying camp. Grace walked through the cold, mercy knelt beside the soldiers, war had broken, scarred and old. What's the daylight called a victory, night exposed beneath its lamp. God remained among the wounded. Moonlight found the dying camp. Moonlight found the dying camp. Grace walked through the cold, mercy knelt beside the soldiers, broken, scarred and old. Victory, night exposed beneath its lamp. God remained among the wounded. Moonlight found the dying camp. Nations gathered against the hill with their banners in the rain. Every kingdom brought its horses, every ruler brought his claim. At the summit stood the faithful, few in number, weak and still, while the armies filled the valleys. Nations gather against the hill. I thought the multitude would conquer, I thought the few had lost their will. Then heaven stood beside the remnants. Nations gathered against the hill. Nations gathered against the hill. Grace guarded every stone. Mercy stood among the faithful when they seemed to complain. Let their rulers speak of conquest, let their arrows fall like rain. I will stand upon your promise, I will trust your purpose still. For the Lord remains unshaken when the nations face the hill. Nations gathered against the hill, grace guarded every stone. Mercy stood among the faithful when they seemed to stand alone. What had come with pride and thunder could not bend the Father's will. God remained above the battle. Nations gathered against the hill. Nations gathered against the hill. Grace guarded every stone. Mercy stood among the faithful when they seemed to stand alone. What had come with pride and thunder could not bend the Father's will. God remained above the battle. Nations gathered against the hill. Nations gathered against the hill. Grace guarded every stone. Mercy stood among the faithful when they seemed to stand alone. The city lamps were fading and the walls were cracked with age. Every house had counted rations, every heart had learned the siege. There was little oil remaining, barely more than we could need. Still the widow filled the lantern and olive oil burned through the siege. I thought the light would die by midnight, I thought the darkness would increase. Then mercy fed the final lantern, olive oil burned through the siege. Olive oil burned through the siege. Grace kept the flame alive. Mercy lit the weary city when the people could not fight. What appeared too small for mourning lasted longer than belief. God provided through the darkness. Olive oil burned through the siege. Burned through the siege. Watchmen carry little lanterns to the corners of the wall. Children gather near the windows, waiting for the gates to fall. I had feared the night would take us, feared the enemy would seize every street before the sunrise. Still the holy flame increased, not by riches, not by storehouses, not by comfort or release, but by daily quiet provision. All kept burning through the siege. Olive oil burned the siege. Grace kept the flame alive. Mercy lit the weary city when the people could not fight. What appeared too small for mourning lasted longer than belief. God provided through the darkness. Olive oil burned through the siege. Burned through the siege. Please see you're within my spirit. Keep the lamp beside my door. Give me strength for one more evening when I cannot gather more. If the walls remain surrounded, if my prayers receive no peace, let your presence feed the fire. Olive oil burns through the siege. Olive oil burned through the siege. Grace kept darkness could not seize what the Lord had kept on burning. Olive oil burned through the siege. Their spears concealed the ground. Every captain shouted orders, every war drum shook the town. Then the prophets climbed the ramparts with no armor on their bodies, and their voices crossed the thunder. Prophets spoke above the armies. I thought the swords would rule the hour. I thought the strong would shape the story. Then heaven spoke through humble servants. Prophets spoke above the armies. Prophets spoke above the armies. Grace carried every word. Mercy warned the proud and violent before judgment raised its sword. What the kings refused to listen still resounded with his glory. God declared his truth through weakness. Prophets spoke above the army. Some were mocked beside the gateway. Some were threatened by the throne. Some were told to keep their silence. Some were cast outside alone. I had feared the hands of rulers, feared the punishment before me. But the word of God was burning, and it rose above the armies. Not for power, not for favor, not to earn a crown of glory, but because the Lord commanded, they proclaimed the holy warning. Prophets spoke above the armies. Grace carried every word. Mercy warned the proud and violent before judgment raised its sword. What the kings refused to listen still resounded with his glory. God declared his truth through weakness. Prophets spoke above the Give me courage for the message. Give me truth without disguise. Let me speak against oppression, though the powerful may rise. If the armies drown my warning, if the kings rewrite the story, let your voice remain above them. Prophets speak above the armies. Prophets spoke above the armies. Grace carried every word. Mercy warned the proud and violent before judgment raised the sword. What the kings refused to listen still resounded with his glory. God declared his truth through weakness. Prophets spoke above the The armies filled the valley, but their strength became a story. While the word of God continued, prophets spoke above the armies. sky. Every flag was raised for conquest. Every drum demanded lives. Then the wind withdrew its roaring, and the battlefield grew still. One by one the colors lowered, falling softly down the hill. I thought their fall would sound like thunder. I thought the earth would answer violence, but judgment came without a trumpet. Red banners fell in silence. Red banners fell in silence. Grace stood above the plain. Mercy ended generations, bound to bitterness and pain. What had flowed above oppression lost its fury and defiance. God removed the marks of hatred. Red banners fell in silence. Some had followed without question. Some had marched because of fear. Some had worn the colors proudly, never asking why they were there. I had thought the cloth was sacred, thought the cause could hide out violence, till the truth exposed the bloodstains, and the banners fell in silence. Not every symbol speaks of honor. Not every army walks in guidance. God will tear away the colors used to justify the violence. Red banners fell in silence. Grace stood above the plain. Mercy ended generations, bound to bitterness and pain. What had flown above oppression lost its fury and defiance. God removed the marks of hatred. Red banners fell in silence. Lower every flag of hatred. Lower pride from every height. Let no banner stand between us and the kingdom of your light. If my cause becomes an idol, if my loyalty breeds violence, let your truth disarm my spirit. Let my banner fall in silence. valley, washing blood from stone and field. Every stream became a witness, rivers carried broken shields. What had guarded men in battle drifted empty through the reeds, while the water told the story of our violence and our needs. I thought the shield would last forever, I thought the iron would never yield, and mercy moved across the wreckage. Rivers carried broken shields. Rivers carried broken shields. Grace flowed through the plain. Mercy washed the marks of battle from the wounded earth again. What had stood between the soldier and the arrows of the field now surrender to the current. Rivers carry broken shields. Some were marked with faded symbols, some were split from edge to core. Some had saved a life at sunrise, some had failed before the war. I had trusted my defenses, every wall my hands could build, till the Lord became my refuge when the river took my shield. Not every shelter lasts through sorrow, not every God remains complete. Only God can keep the spirit when our armor leaves our feet. Rivers carry broken shields. Grace flowed through the plain. Mercy washed the marks of battle from the wounded earth again. What had stood between the soldier and the arrows of the field now surrender to the current. Rivers carry broken shields. Take the shield I made from anger, take the walls around my shame. Wash away the old defenses that have kept me from your name. If the battle leaves me open, if my hidden wounds are revealed, let your presence be my covering when the river takes my shield. Rivers carry broken shields. Grace flowed through the plain. Mercy washed the marks of battle from the wounded earth again. What had stood between the soldier and the arrows of the field now surrender to the current. Rivers carry broken shields. Rivers carry broken shields. Grace flowed through the plain. Mercy washed the marks of battle from the wounded earth again. What had stood between the soldier and the arrows of the field now surrender to the current. Rivers carry broken shields. Whoa. Whoa. The rain fell through the valley, and the wounded earth was healed, while the Lord remained our refuge. Rivers carried broken shields. Soldiers, pray beneath the snow. Snow fell across the trenches, covering the blood below. Every breath became a cloud where the frozen north winds blow. Fingers shook around the rifles, faces lost their final glow. Still the weary bowed together, soldiers prayed beneath the snow. I thought the cold would still that cannot feel. Keep the soul from growing bitter. Let your quiet mercy heal. If the night becomes a winter, if no road through it will show, let my prayer become a fire. Soldiers pray beneath the snow. Soldiers pray beneath the snow. Grace stood in the cold. Mercy wrapped the tired fighters when their hands could barely hold what the winter tried to silence. Rose to heaven soft and low. God remained beside the weary. Soldiers prayed beneath the snow. Mercy wrapped the tired fighters when their hands could barely hold what the winter tried to silence. Rose to heaven soft and low. God remained beside the weary. Soldiers prayed beneath the snow. Soldiers prayed beneath the snow. Slowly, with his armor stained and torn, every jewel upon his circlet carried victories he had won. Crowds had called his name in triumph. Every enemy was down, but before the throne of heaven, the warrior left his crown. I thought the crown would prove his greatness. I thought the praise would hold him proud. Then mercy taught his knees surrender, and the warrior laid it down. The warrior left his crown. Grace became his victory. Mercy freed his tired spirit from the man he had to be. What the world had called his glory could not follow holy ground. God alone deserved the honor. The warrior left his crown. The warrior left his crown. He had conquered distant cities. He had heard defeated kings, but no battle healed the silence that his hidden sorrow brings. I had thought that winning saved me, thought applause could drown the sound, till the Lord revealed my emptiness and I laid my trophies down. Not every crown is made of justice, not every victory makes us whole. Some must fall before the Father, so we can restore the soul. The warrior left his crown. Grace became his entered slowly, but a freer man walked out, for he found a greater kingdom. When he left his crown, prison stood midnight with its stones both thick and tall. Every captive wore his sorrow, every chain denied the dawn. Then a hymn rose from the darkness, soft before it sounded strong, and the foundations heard the worship, walls shook beneath the soul. I thought the chains had killed their praises, I thought the night would last too long. Then mercy filled the prison chambers, walls shook beneath the soul. Walls shook beneath the psalm, grace entered every cell, mercy turned the captives' worship into thunder through the jail. What had stood to hold them silent could not stop the holy song. God descended through their praises, walls shook beneath the soul. Beneath the soul. Every guard awoke in terror, every doorway open wide, every prisoner felt the iron fall in pieces from his side. I had waited for a weapon, for an army fierce and strong, but the Lord chose wounded voices, and he shook the walls with song. Not by hatred, not by violence, not by hands that came to harm, but by faith within the darkness, freedom rose inside the soul. Walls shook beneath the psalm, grace entered every cell, mercy turned the captives' worship into thunder through the jail. What had stood to hold them silent could not stop the holy song. God descended through their praises, walls shook beneath the soul. Let worship shake the prison, let my praise outlive the night. Let the chains around my spirit fall beneath your holy light. If the walls refuse to open, if captivity feels long, I will sing until they tremble, walls shake beneath the soul. Walls shook beneath the psalm, grace entered every cell, mercy turned the captives' worship into thunder through the jail. What had stood to hold them silent could not stop the holy song. God descended through their praises, walls shook beneath the soul. 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 The prison stood in midnight, but the darkness could not calm the God who moved through worship. Walls shook beneath the sound.